battle for the puck along the boards again. And will it stay there or will it get out front? They work it to the side of the net, to the front of the net, and the Philadelphia Flyers hang on and win the game and the series. The Montreal Canadiens learned an awful lot about their team in the last couple of weeks here in the bubble. And they learned that they have some young players who now have some experience, and they're going to be really good down the middle in the years to come.
St. Louis and the Montreal Canadiens coming to terms on a deal or agreement on a deal for Jake Allen to head to Montreal.
The Montreal Canadiens have gotten a left-handed defenseman, something a lot of Canadiens fans have been asking for a long time. Joel Edmondson. He signed a 4-year, $3.5 million contract.
Max Domi, Josh Anderson, these guys were teammates back in London for a couple of years, 2011 to 2013. They have the same agent, Darren Ferris, as well.
Les Canadiens de Montréal sont fiers de selecter. The Montreal Canadiens select from the Western Hockey League Prince Albert Raiders, Caden Gooley.
The hockey family, older brother, plays in the NHL already. Now, Caden Gooley, a member of the Montreal Canadiens, is selected 16th overall by the Habs.
He said he was holding back the cash for when it made more sense. Well, he has recently acquired Jake Allen net, Joel Edmondson on D, Josh Anderson, and now Tyler Toffoli up front. How did the Toffoli deal come together, Frank?
8 years I've been here, and every time I cross, either on the bus, on the plane, it's always neighbors, and he walks by. Like there's not, like I said, there's high maintenance, there's middle maintenance, there's low maintenance, and there's no maintenance, and that's Brendan Gallagher. He's a hockey player through his bone, and that's what I love about him.
With an official agreement now in place, Pierre, what can you tell us about the critical dates on this revised calendar in 2021 for the NHL?
Probably the easiest way to summarize it is that this season is going to end a month later, and so all of the normal events that we're used to having at a certain time are about a month late.
Bonjour Montréal. Je suis très content et excité de jouer pour les Canadiens.
This is their chance to prove that they don't need it. I expect it to have good tempo, maybe a little sloppy at times though with the lack of practice.
Toffoli up high. Jeff Petrie, shot off the post, rebound, scores. Nick Suzuki, power play goal, Montreal. A draw, Nylander up high, he shoots and scores! William Nylander from long range. Shots 10-7 Montreal, a face-off, win it, a chance for Anderson, scores! Josh Anderson has his first goal as a Montreal Canadian.
The feeling of his confidence level though, as you mentioned, was dangerous, but he seemed calm, his head up, and then makes a great play there.
Breakaway pass for Tatar, scores! Tomas Tatar! And the Canadiens have their second power play goal. Nylander again. Walks in, scores. William Nylander has a pair. Now gives it up to Marner. In front, scores. John Tavares on the tip.
Get back on track.
Here's Josh Anderson, who scored tonight. Cutting in. Anderson scores. It leaks through. And Josh Anderson has a pair. Edmondson, who tied him up. Drouin looking for Petrie, gave it up, scores! Austin Matthews feeds it ahead and away goes Tavares. Got Riley with them. Morgan Riley, game winner!
You wonder if he was compromised at all coming in. Remember, he clattered into the boards with about 5 minutes to go on Saturday. Here's a shot for the point that squeezes by Koskinen. And it's going to be Alexander Romanov's first NHL goal.
And just zips it through the traffic. On the stick, off the stick. That's a pretty happy youngster right there.
Canadiens get it ahead, and Toffoli's all alone. Tyler Toffoli to the net, scores! Back for Weber, now Suzuki centers, tapped in. Toffoli's got his second. Here's Armia. Passes back, Petrie with room. Wrist shot, tipped in. It's a hat trick for Tyler Toffoli. Fourth career 3-goal game as he puts Montreal up 5-4. Up, he's checked. And Armia, oh man, there'll be another penalty here to Myers as he hit Armia, and that did not look good. Canadiens react as you would expect. Armia's back on his feet.
Here it comes. No, you're right. That angle.
I think
both referees had their hands up very quickly.
Vancouver as they attack the net. And a Canadiens bench Sherrod is able to clear that away. And this could be a 3-on-1. Corey Perry to the net. He scores!
Number 6, notre capitaine, our captain, Shea Weber.
Mesdames, Messieurs, vos Canadiens! Mesdames, Messieurs, mardi dernier, alors que les Canadiens affrontaient les Canucks de Vancouver, notre capitaine Shea Weber a atteint le plateau des 1000 matchs disputés dans la Ligue nationale de hockey.
Kachuk back on it behind the goal. Ottawa buzzing. Kachuk in tight off a skate. Got it back. Scores!
Winds it on Price. Norris in scores! Josh Norris snaps it home, and the Ottawa Senators have taken Montreal down again.
On Tuesday night, the Montreal Canadiens lose a third straight game, and then on Wednesday, they shake up their coaching staff. Claude Julien, as well as associate head coach Kirk Muller, are released and brought in Dom Deschamps to be the interim head coach.
Almost like a practice. There you go.
Fight right off the draw here. Miller and Sherrod. And they obviously had this plan. And oh man, both trying to land right-hand bombs down the moment it was dropped. He and Sherrod squared off, and Sherrod's not too happy.
Well, he hurt his hand.
What can you tell us on the latest on the Habs and their COVID protocols?
Well, what the NHL has announced is that games will be postponed through Sunday.
The Habs acquiring Eric Stahl from the Buffalo Sabres in exchange. Buffalo will get a 3rd-round pick as well as a 5th-round pick.
He'll go for a skate with a minute remaining at the Bell Center. Here comes Stahl, waiting, shoots, scores! Oh, welcome home! Eric Stahl, OT winner! Montreal comes back and takes it, 3-2.
The Canadiens lost Brendan Gallagher to a fractured thumb last night, and now they'll be without Carey Price as well. He's listed as day-to-day with a lower body injury. Price looked to be in discomfort in last night's win over the Oilers, but he did finish the game. We do have hockey news to tell you about. Carey Price will miss at least a week of action due to concussion protocols after leaving last night's game against the Oilers in Edmonton after a first-period crease collision with Oilers forward Alex Chiasson.
Montreal trying to widen it to 6, and look who it is. Number 22 in your program, Cole Caulfield. No better time than now for the kid to get in the lineup.
Some big news out of Montreal. The Canadiens announcing that Jonathan Drouin will take an indefinite leave of absence for personal reasons. The club has placed him on long-term injured reserve. Drouin had played in every game for the Habs this season, but missed the last 3.
Foley back on it. Flipped it over to Petrie. Jeff Petrie cuts in, goes to net, scores! Jeff Petrie, what a shot! Off for Toffoli, over for Suzuki, scores!
You can see Perry's skates are not in the paint. If anything, Gustafsson is coming out and he's meeting Perry as Zoo blocks him in.
Off the boards, back to the point. Petrie holds his own. Perry for Suzuki, played it over to Toffoli, scores! Handed off for Petrie. Jeff Petrie. Will back out at center with it.
Brady Tkachuk has been on the ice since the start of this overtime. He has not been able to get off.
Petrie to Caulfield, scores! Cole Caulfield, his first NHL goal, is again a winner in overtime.
Half-minute left. Up for Petrie at center. One-on-one against Brody. joined by Armia. Off the bench comes Caulfield, shooting, scores! The kid's done it again! Cole Caulfield, winner, Montreal!
I really wanted to play a game before the playoffs started. And, you know, obviously it wasn't possible with our schedule, but with this week off, you know, Burge approached me and asked if, you know, he said it was totally your call if you want to do it. Feel free, and I was all for the idea.
Coming off an injury, and Jack Campbell makes his playoff debut. And as you mentioned to me, the slate is clean as the playoffs begin. Washington buzzing ahead for Tavares, knocked down by Sherratt, and Tavares is hurt.
He got kicked right in the face by Perry, unintentional, but he fell down, and boy, he got hit really bad.
So John Tavares getting attention here, and so not the hit by Sherratt, but a chain reaction.
Oh, you just worry. Look, the hit was right to the head. Oh boy, that is scary.
Serious. They're going to need the medical crew and the officials now. Over the line, Leafs lines will be jumbled. Here's Josh Anderson's trying to split the D. Scores! Anderson beats Campbell, and Montreal has struck first. Now Nylander to the line. Hall. Back to Riley. He's shot. Traffic. Scores! Nylander's side of the net, and the game is tied. Knocked off the stick of Edmondson. Here's Marner and Nylander. Back to Marner, and Carey Price comes across. Matthews in. Drops through Thornton, checked on the play, and turned back by Armia with speed. Paul Byron gets there, done, scores! What a brilliant goal by Paul Byron, shorthanded.
This is a foot race that is hard one to win. Sandin with the little trip of Byron.
And that's going to do it. And the Montreal Canadiens have taken first blood and win Game 1.
So all Sheldon Keefe doing is trying to match that energy here early on in the first shift.
Tyler Toffoli into the slot. Kick back for Edmondson. Big shot, rebound. Toffoli couldn't get it. Another save. Rebound, scores. And it's Kotkaniemi into the lineup and onto the score sheet. It's going to put Montreal on its heels. Here's the chance. Scores. Jason Spezza. Drop from Marner. Looses Hall. Hall shooting, rebound. Scores. Austin Matthews. Back from Marner. And it's Sandin. Scores. It's Morgan Riley across, the one-timer, and here's Nylander, scores! Playoff losing streak is over, and the Leafs have evened the series. Gets tied up with Wayne Simmons, who, like Game 2, is in the starting lineup along with Austin Matthews. Second unit on. Kerfoot able to hold the zone. Here's Nylander in across, and what a stop! Price comes across. And Rob Jason Spezza
in the wide open net. Watch that plant and then just reach with the stick in desperation. Gets there and oh man, the route to the net.
Nylander scores! A face-off win. Not out. Held in momentarily by McCabe, and now here's Suzuki into the lead zone. Scores! Nick Suzuki, and the game is tied. Riley, Marner. Back for Riley, shooting, scores! Still loose. Anderson chops at it, knocked away by Hall, and the Leafs hold on and take a 2-1 series lead.
In Game 4.
Third consecutive game that Austin Matthews starts along with Zach Hyman. Able to catch up with that, and over the line with Galchenyuk in front. A pass, scores! Pretty tic-tac-go. Galchenyuk over the line, flips it, and drops, scores! What a great pass from Galchenyuk. Drops it off, Kerfoot on the move. Spencer Thornton scores! Campbell will register his first Stanley Cup playoff shutout, and the Leafs have pushed the Canadiens to the brink here. Straight game, the Sheldon Keefe sends Wayne Simmons out to start. They'll get back for Toronto first. Takes a hit, turns it over. Armia's in, scores! Yoel Armia has opened the scoring for Montreal. Maple Leafs, the only North Division team he didn't score against this year. Pass in front and a redirection. Stopped by Campbell. Loose for Perry. Down, scores! And the Canadiens have a 2-0 lead, and it's Armia again. After that, as they crashed in on the forecheck, and now a turnover here in front for Kotkaniemi, scores! And Mitch Marner's got it. Marner holds and takes the shot, lifts in front, scores! Zach Hyman, and the Leafs get one back. Right back onto his stick, Muzzin fire, scores! Jake Muzzin lets it fly, and it's a one-goal game. Nylander's been taking face-offs and deep in the zone there. Scores! Galchenyuk put it through, and the Leafs have tied it. He sends it in. Kerfoot with speed, got there first. Cycles it to the near side. Bogosian moves up. Leafs play 5 defensemen, broken up. Cole Caulfield in alone here, along with Suzuki, and off the pin. Nick Suzuki's won it for the Canadiens, and we will have a Game 6. They're certainly socially connected. Game 6 is underway with Riley in front. Polito pick stop by Price. For 15 in the series, Suzuki wins the draw to Foley, Perry, Caulfield, calling for it, shooting it, loose in front of the net. Campbell down, still loose, scores! Corey Perry!
After video review, the call is confirmed on the ice. We have a goal.
Well, we have a goal and we have a penalty. And Montreal's going to go right back up for Petrie. Suzuki on that right flank again to Foley in the middle. Scores! A member of the Montreal Canadiens, 42 now in his career. Chance in front. Scores! Jason Spezza. Now Engvall following up. He'll play it across to Brody. Firing it. Scores! T.J. Brody let it fly, and the Leafs have tied it. The circle all of a sudden. Riley's in, loose in front, and Matthews backhand stop. Carey Price the pad down. Travis Dermott lost it inside the line. Chance Kotkaniemi scores. Yes, Perry Kotkaniemi, and there will be a Game 7.
Thing you want to try to get is the physical energy, get focused on playing, get your body tuned in, and nothing better than playing a Game 7.
Hyman rejected, and now it's Marner, and he is stripped of the puck, and Gallagher on the counter, along with Stahl, scores! Brendan Gallagher has his first of the series, and Montreal strikes first. Nick Suzuki into the slot, and that drilled wide to Foley. Looks skyward after missing a good setup. Here's Suzuki, scores! Tipped in front, it's a power play goal, and it's 2-0 Montreal. May have hit some of that heavy traffic in front. Sandin, Matthews, Nylander, huge stop. Carey Price in the series. Empty net, Tyler to Foley, scores, and it's 3-0 Montreal. A blue again for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the Montreal Canadiens are headed to Winnipeg for the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Corey Perry on the other end, a couple of big goals in the latter part of this series to make a difference. There's what competition in the playoffs is all about. Go head-to-head, toe-to-toe the entire series, and ultimate respect between two good players.
We're here tonight, disappointment and a lot of analysis upcoming on that season, and there's a jubilant Marc Bergevin.
Oh, the interim head coach gets a pat on the back from the general manager.
Oui, vas-y.
Under 48 hours ago, Montreal defeated Toronto. It's been a 9-day wait for Winnipeg. Greg, Comes back to the line, played around for Petrie. He shot, scores! Jeff Petrie with a point shot, and the Canadiens strike first. Edmondson the shot, kicked out. The Brandon Manitoba native hands it to Perry in front, scores! Corey Perry setting up Eric Stahl, and it's 2-0 Canadian. He passed Suzuki, and Lowry breaks that up, and it's a race, and Lowry's got a step, short-handed break, and Lowry scores! Edmondson up for Suzuki. It's a 2-on-1 with Toffoli. Here's Suzuki in, scores! What a move by Nick Suzuki. Back for Morrissey. Wheeler across, Shifley. Big stop. Right. Now knocked free. Dubois in front. Forbert scores! Derek Forbert. 9 minutes remaining in the third of one-goal game. Breakaway pass. Shea Weber in. Stopped by Hellebuyck. They score on the rebound. And Montreal's restored the 2-goal lead. Here's Pionk. Ehlers sends it across. One-timer scores. Kyle Connor. Canadiens are going to clear. Evans is going to get down there first. The net is empty. Can he tuck it in? He does. Pays a price, but scores the goal.
Have to make, and you know that Shifley's coming back defensively to make a play, but you're in a vulnerable spot at this point, and it's basically over. And he runs through the check of Evans.
The Montreal Canadiens host their 4th consecutive win and end a 4-game Winnipeg playoff winning streak.
Shifley has been suspended for 4 games, meaning the earliest he could return to the series is for a potential Game 6.
And Paul Byron up against Adam Lowry. Christian Vesalainen is in the starting lineup for Winnipeg. Clearing attempt is up onto the stick of Toffoli with Lehkonen. It's a 2-on-1 break. Toffoli scores! Short-handed goal for Tyler Toffoli. Now they get pointed in the right direction. Can they get a shot? Maybe Connor off Carey Price. They do get a chance, but not enough. And the Canadiens hold on. And it's Carey Price with his 8th career Stanley Cup playoff shutout.
Line for the Winnipeg Jets needs to get something going in this game if the Jets are going to have success.
So it is. Veteran line goes to work again. Perry scores! Gallagher with an area pass. After it goes to No. Pionk there defensively, but Deneau comes up with it, centers it into the deep. Deneau another shot, scores! Kick back and intercepted. It's a 2-on-1. Armia and Byron. Yoel Armia holds, fires, scores! Another short-handed goal. Here's Matthew Perreault centering it. Chance scores. Adam Lowry on a great feed. And the Jets finally get one past Carey Price. Toffoli, Caulfield, and Suzuki in front scores. Nick Suzuki from Caulfield. Into the slot. Redirected by Connor, who couldn't take it off his glove. And Yoel Armia, long range, empty netter. His second of the night. Well, the fans deserve to have their say, and the Montreal Canadiens have pushed the Winnipeg Jets to the brink. Andrew Kopp along with Blake Wheeler and Nick Ehlers to start for the Jets. Now Toffoli gives it back to his center. Gustafsson shot, scores! Power play goal after a missed clear, and it's 1-0 Canadiens. Gallagher intercepts the pass. Kulak shooting, scores! Tipped in front, and it's 2-0 Montreal. At the line, comes across for Stanley, fired, scores! Logan Stanley. Kyle Connor off the bench. Stanley scores! He's done it again! Logan Stanley has tied the game. That's on goal for all the Winnipeg forwards tonight. Suzuki can't get it to the net. Blocked by Pullman. As they battle in the corner, Caulfield picks him up in front, scores! Series winner, Tyler Toffoli! And the Canadiens are the kings of the North!
A sense of what it was like, and man, he's made an impact in overtime, hasn't he?
Boy, a team that couldn't win in overtime earlier on in the regular season And now they've won 3 in overtime. They've won the North. And now they have to wait to find out if it's Colorado or Vegas.
William Karlsson, Philip Danault on the opening draw. Sit back and enjoy game 1.
Fourth line of Montreal gets the better of that shift, but now Pietrangelo and a big hit there by Romanov.
Stevenson wins the draw. Theodore scores! Shea Theodore from downtown, and the Golden Knights are off and running. For counts, Vegas by 1. Here's Riley Smith all the way back. Theodore, double clutch, one-timer scores! Alec Martinez, 2-0 Vegas. And the Golden Knights survive it. Outnumbered chance, 2-on-1, Pacioretty, Stone for the front, there he is, what a save! Carey Price with his best.
Brilliant stop by Price. The cool reaction. Just like Patrick Roy back in '93.
Eric Gustafsson around the horn now. Suzuki moved out in front. Fleury says no. Caulfield has his first playoff goal, and the Canadiens cut the lead in half. Cloud off the draw, tuck on the wall. He'll pop out. Shot deflects in at the side of the goal. Front cleaned up. Perry had it. Stone across. Oh, what a stop by Price on Marchessault. Electrifying. William Karlsson crunched a bit by Weber. Riley Smith all the way across for Holden. He scores! Nick Holden. Game 1 to the Golden Knights.
Meanwhile, Jeff Petrie returned after missing 2 games with an upper body injury. His eyes are extremely bloodshot.
William Karlsson, Philip Danault on the draw. Sit back and enjoy game number 2 of the Stanley Cup semifinal. Corey Perry in control. Edmondson, he'll snap one off. It's blocked, the rebound. They score! Yoel Armia. Suzuki. Face-off battle with Waugh. Canadiens win it. Petrie now. Full Caulfield. To the slot, a shot taken. They score! Tyler Toffoli. Staked out in the high slot, and the Canadiens have a 2-0 lead. Pietrangelo will dance at the point. He'll take it in, out in front. Oh, Price got across. What a chance there, and it goes out of play.
But look at this save by Carey Price coming across. Martinez just can't get it off.
Little forge out by Kakaniemi through center. Open ice. Byron's in alone. He scores! Paul Byron makes it 3-0 Montreal.
That's why Pete DeBoer, the Vegas coach.
They score! Alex Pietrangelo. The puck had eyes. It's a late goal.
He's getting all kinds of medical attention, but he's ready to play.
Marchessault, Pietrangelo shot. He scores! Alex Pietrangelo has his second. To the point and back. Karlsson pops out. Pietrangelo's bid blocked by Shea Weber. He'll move it all the way back down. It'll make it. The horn goes, and this series is on level ground.
Well, the good news, Jamie, the best news to this point is that no players have been added to the list. I know when Dominic Ducharme, when the news got out on Friday that he had tested positive, it was a very nervous 24 to 48 hours for the Canadiens organization.
Put your lineup in first. Danault wins a draw and then makes a change. I would assume Suzuki line stays out, tries to get the momentum going early.
He's keeping Colasar. Hit by Petrie. Eric Stahl handed in front, scores! Nick Waugh on the giveaway. And the Golden Knights have struck first tonight. Nick Holden's shot is blocked, and now the Canadiens will bust out. Caulfield's got a break, settles the puck, and scores! Goal, Caulfield! For Pietrangelo, 3 Golden Knights over the line, scores! Alex Pietrangelo! That might have been expected. Here comes Tuck on the move, 2-on-1 with Pacioretty to Tuck. Oh, what a stop! Did you see that?
I expect Price to maybe follow this one up the ice here if they get control.
No icing as Anderson got a piece of that. What? Scores! Josh Anderson! As Fleury misplays it, and the game is tied. Working along the boards, Perry got a high stick. He went down and passed to Riley Smith and got Kanyemi there to turn it back. Anderson knocks it down. Paul Byron, Anderson scores! Game winner!
day to be playing a great sport in a great building.
Penalized player back on the ice. It's Suzuki. It's a breakaway pass. Paul Byron scores! Suzuki continues to get worked over by McNabb. And now Pietrangelo into the fray.
And Chris Lee still hasn't called a penalty yet. I mean, the whistle hasn't even gone. I mean, you want to lose control of the game, this is how you do it. That's just ridiculous. If Suzuki and now he and McNabb go one-on-one, and that's not a penalty.
Canadiens don't clear though. Carlson for McNabb scores! Brayden McNabb hopped up, and the game is tied. Here's Pacioretty, 4 shots on goal. Trying to swoop in front, place it in front of the net. Nick Waugh scores! Waugh has scored in overtime, and this series is tied at 2 games apiece.
For both teams.
And it will be the Deneau line for the Canadiens. For Vegas, as it's got Kanyemi ahead. Anderson's got a step. Josh Anderson stopped by. Rebound. Scores! Yes, Barry Kotkaniemi. Here's Suzuki moving in. Swings from the corner, centers it in front, scores! What a pass by Suzuki, and Eric Stahl makes it 2-0. With Chandler Stevenson, turns it over, it's a breakaway. Corey Perry's in. Here's Perry across, scores! Cole Caulfield. Gallagher on the tablet, a face-off win, a fan scores! Double clutch, but Max Pacioretty intercepted by Toffoli, and he'll dump it out. Empty net. Nick Suzuki says good night.
This going, I don't think you are. I think the last whistle will be the end of this game. Linesmen make sure no extracurricular.
Suzuki had a goal and 2 assists. Cole Caulfield had a goal, 2 assists for Tyler Toffoli. He'll send it in. Martinez able to stop that up and then gives it away. Weber will fire, scores! The captain has the icebreaker in Game 6. Riley Smith will dig it out, get it back to Theodore, whose shot scores! Deflected in, and Riley Smith was on the doorstep. Lead pass for Caulfield, trying to get an edge on the net. Scores! Another beauty for goal! Caulfield! He's got it back again. Across Martinez, slot, what a stop! Here's Carlson, dropping it off to Pietrangelo, shooting, knocked out, rebound, scores! The change they needed. Here's Chandler Stevenson back in, and he flipped it through, Pacioretty right on, and what a stop by Price. So here 90 seconds in, Pietrangelo's had a chance, that hot shot, like it caught Price in the mask. A chance for Pacioretty, and now back the other way, it's Deneau in, pass across, scores! Canadiens! And Montreal is going to the Stanley Cup Final!
Through a crowd able to handle, and how about this pass by Deneau? What a response. The red suit continues its hot streak. A hard-fought series and a hard-fought playoff. They've welcomed the underdog status, but they've believed all the way through. And here they are, 4 wins away from winning the Stanley Cup. Been pretty amazing to watch.
Well, right through the lineup, and maybe that... Well, they'll pose for a picture. Always the discussion about whether you touch this trophy or wait for the big one.
There you go, my friend. Well deserved. Take a bite, put them left. Bonne Saint-Jean à tout le monde. Les Québécois, on est fiers. Let's go. On va chercher.
And the checking lines will start for both the heroes of game number 6 for Montreal against Vegas. And now back the other way, Chernak for Palat, redirected, scores! Eric Chernak for Coleman, and Goodrow with Gord. And that shot rejected. Rebound, scores! Piece of that as it looked like it hit the side of the net. Close call. Ben Sherratt fires, scores! It deflected in front, and the Canadiens are on the board. Gets it to Kucherov. Swung it in front of glove, scores! And now it's Gallagher trying to cause a commotion in front, and he is tackled in the slot.
See the same thing. Man, you never like seeing that, do you?
Run out here, and game one goes to the Tampa Bay Lightning. And that is the lineup that Luke Richardson has up front to start. Johnson, who cleared waivers back at the start of the season, scores from the point. Cyrillic from the draw. It'll come back to Suzuki. Canadians get a good bounce score. Swept by Perry, but it looks like it's Nick Suzuki who's tied it on the power play. Jay Weber for Deneau. Goodrow, maybe one last chance. Centers, scores! They beat the buzzer! And it's Blake Coleman. Flips it back in. Edmondson reversed it, Brad scores! And the Lightning will have a 2-game series lead.
When the point line comes out, look for the matchup game to get started here in game 3.
But Victor Hedman found it first. Back to Ruda, scores! And Ruda down low, and now back to Kucherov. Up top, Victor Hedman fires and scores! Gets through Price. Chance. And back the other way comes Deneau. He's got Gallagher breaking. Deneau over the line. Scores! Phil Deneau's got his first of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Canadians start a change and a stretch pass. Palat in, but he missed the pass in front. Scores! Kucherov there as the Canadians get caught. Quickly it's played out. Nice pass. 2-on-1. Joseph with Johnson, and Joseph by a rebound, scores! Tyler Johnson. Now they get pointed north, and here comes Suzuki. Over the line on that right side, and scores!
Time is the enemy now.
Johnson picks off a pass. He's in. Stop. Rebound. Scores. Tyler Johnson doubles down. Perry's the man that came on for Price. He scores! Over the shoulder and gets one back. As the Stanley Cup Final came back to Montreal for the first time in 28 years, but not the result the fans were looking for here tonight. And Arturi Lehkonen in checking line for the Canadiens. Out against the energy line for John Cooper. Suzuki's right back in. Caulfield returns it. Suzuki works in deep and scores! Josh Anderson! And it's the first lead of the series for Montreal. Bouncing puck stays in the zone. Coleman to the net. Loose in front. Scores! Barclay Goodrow cashes, and the game is tied. Pounded by Stamkos as it's rolled down into the Lightning zone. Evans to the point. Romanov shooting. Scores! Alexander Romanov! His first Stanley Cup playoff goal. Couldn't get it past the sprawling Matthew Joseph, and now Joseph to the attack. Over the line with Maroon in front. Scores! Pat Maroon has tied it. Braden points on it. McDonough to the net. Did that hit the post? Edmond to reload. Down low in front. Loose puck in. Point is stopped. Anderson takes it away from him. Chips it past Ruda. He's got Caulfield in front. And the center play. Caulfield. Anderson scores. Josh Anderson extends the series. Canadians stay alive. And there it will be. Game 5.
Kept the play alive right here with a little tip back off of the stick of Yanni Gourde, and then diving back. Josh Anderson sends this back to Tampa.
Here we go, game number 5, and Jake Evans will start at center for Montreal. Ryan McDonough across. Here comes a chip and scores! It is the rookie, Ross Colton. Rim it around to the far side for McDonough in front, and redirected just off target by Kucherov. Centered in front. What a stop. Canadiens out. Anderson is loose. Josh Anderson in. Stopped by Vasilevsky. And lightning has struck twice. And the Tampa Bay Lightning are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
You feel Vasilevsky, in my mind, has got to be the Conn Smythe winner as the two goaltenders face off, have a good chat, mutual respect for sure.
Just thank you. You know, they, every single guy gave everything they had every single night through this run. You know, you look at our group, obviously, you know, there's a lot more talented teams. There's a lot of teams that do a lot of things, but there's no team that is stronger as a group, and the resiliency that we showed. Just a good team to be a part of.